So, welcome back. It's good to see you here today, and I learned a new disturbing fact that I need to share. Did you know that pigs can eat 2 pounds of uncooked flesh per minute? Yeah, I hope you weren't eating. And they're not picky. In 2012, a farmer went to feed the pigs. His family said he doted on and loved these pigs, but on this day, he slipped in the pen. They found what was left of him a few hours later. And his story is not alone. In 2019, a woman had an epilepsy attack during which her pigs ate her. In 2015, another farmer was attacked by his hogs. In 2014, a toddler was gobbled up when they crawled into the hog pen. Pigs eat people, and the mob may have been the first to figure this out, using their pig farms to dispose of bodies, both dead and alive. But one serial killer took it to a whole new level. Between 1978 and 2002, at least 65 women disappeared from Vancouver's downtown east side. The majority of the cases sparked Canada's largest serial killer investigation, and believe it or not, it has something to do with our subject of pigs eating people. Leonard and Louise Pickton were a couple of pig farmers just outside of Vancouver. They had 3 children, David, Robert, and Louise, who was sent to boarding school as her parents felt that a pig farm was no place for a lady. Robert William Pickton was a quiet Canadian guy who grew up on his family's pig farm, nicknamed Willie. He dropped out of school when he was 14 years old and went to work as a butcher's apprentice. He quit his apprenticeship in 1970 to work full-time on the family farm. Willie and his 2 siblings inherited the farm after his father died in 1978, and his mother died the following year. Willie and his siblings acquired the pig farm that had been in the family for 3 generations. The farm was reduced to 6.5 hectares after Willie and his siblings sold most of the land for urban development. On the remainder of the property, Willie ran a small livestock operation. He also received a share of the proceeds from the real estate transactions and was a partner with his brother, David, in a salvage company. Most of Willie's pals characterized him as a quiet and simple guy who didn't have any obvious malicious behaviors that would attract attention.
Do you drink? Oh, no, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't use drugs, and then everybody says, how come your eyes are so bloodshot? I says.
In 1996, the Pickton brothers started the Piggy's Palace Good Times Society. It was a federally registered charity with the stated mission of raising funds for charitable groups through dances and shows. However, these non-profit gatherings soon turned into a series of rave parties, where members of bands and other partygoers would come and engage in substance abuse, as well as interact with a large number of sex workers. In 2000, the city of Port Coquitlam closed Piggy's Palace. Bill Hiscox, one of Willie's farm workers, noticed that over 3 years, many of the women who came to visit Willie's farm went missing. In early 2002, Bill Hiscox reported his suspicions to the local authorities. In his report, Bill stated he had seen women's clothing, purses, and ID papers at the pig farm and called the farm a creepy-looking place. When authorities searched the farm with a search warrant in February 2002, they discovered various items belonging to the missing women. Although there was insufficient evidence to build a case for the missing women at that time, Willie and his brother David were detained on allegations of possessing illegal weapons. The boys were later released, but authorities continued to watch them. Following additional investigation, authorities suspected Willie of a series of murders involving several missing women, and he was charged with a total of 15 first-degree murders for the year. Handcuffs, women's clothing, and shoes and jewelry, asthma inhaler was among the items recovered. Blood was found in an RV on the property. Willie was rearrested on February 22, 2002, and charged with 2 counts of murder. He was eventually charged with a total of 26 murders. While arrested, unbeknownst to Willie, he was sharing a cell with an undercover officer, and he continued to present himself to this officer as a helpless hayseed, confused and out of his depth. But also, during their talk, Willie let slip that he had murdered 49 women, and it was really quite a shame that he couldn't at least make it to 50.
Maybe 50. That's what I was slapping people for. Yeah. Make a big battle. Make a big fight.
Pickton was found guilty, of course, of 6 charges of second-degree murder by a jury on December 9, 2007, and was sentenced to life in prison without the prospect of release for 25 years, the maximum term for second-degree murder under Canadian law at that time. The police believed that Willie would engage with the sex workers and then become enraged at them, eventually handcuffing them and stabbing them to death. And then this comes back to the pigs. To get rid of the dead bodies, he would run them through a wood chipper, then feed them to his pigs. What's more disturbing is that, according to several sources, Robert Pickton combined chunks of flesh with pork mince and sold it as pork mince to friends and family. Meanwhile, the pig farm became Canada's most notorious crime scene. Investigators seized 600,000 exhibits and took 200,000 DNA samples. Heavy machinery was required to sift through the 383,000 cubic yards of soil in search of human remains by archaeologists and forensic experts. The probe is expected to cost about $70 million, a shiny price tag. Pickton's crimes stunned the globe, prompting Canada to decriminalize prostitution in 2010, in an attempt to make the sector safer for employees by bringing it out of the shadows. Willie, the pig farmer turned serial killer, is likely to remain one of the most infamous and ruthless serial killers in history. And bonus, good old Willie is eligible for day parole in 2024 and full parole in 2027. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. What do you think about Willie's parole opportunities? See you again in the next video. Bye!